Hi, I'm Anastasia. In this video, I will give you some tips on LED and UV lamp, how to use them, how to clean them, how to take care of them, and also give a review of my new Entity LED lamp and Rainbow lamp. If it sounds interesting to you, stay with me. LED and hybrid lamps, which combines UV and LED light, are getting so popular now because they can cure everything. Soak-off gels, color gels, 3D gels, gel polishes, hard gels, basically everything. If you have no idea what's the difference between UV and LED lamps, I have a special video about it. I will leave the link down below. And in this video, I would like to give you more tips on how to use your lamps properly so they will work longer. Tip number 1 is to remove the plastic cover once you buy the lamp. Have you ever seen some people wearing a plastic wrap over their remote? I remember when one time I was visiting my friend and I saw it, and that looked weird, but at the same time I thought, well, yeah, it's actually practical. It saves it from the dust, so it's probably cool. And I was feeling about the same way about my lamps, especially because I have a nail school and students, they're not very tidy always, and models especially. So I was really interested to keep my lamps clean for as long as I can. So I was leaving this protective sticker for a long time. And then I noticed that models started complaining. Like the top coat is not as shiny, like the gel is not completely curing. And then I realized that actually it prevents this reflective bottom from reflecting the light, which slows down the curing. So if you want to take care of your lamp, just clean it consistently, but you need to remove this protective sticker because it might actually affect the curing of your gels and gel polishes. Tip number 2 is to clean the lamp after each client, especially if you have a bottom that can be removed easily. Just simply wipe it with a cleanse or with alcohol or with sanitizer, because if you will clean it after each client, it will be so much easier to remove all that cured sticky dots of colorful gels. If you will clean it like once a week or once every 2 weeks, it will be much harder to clean it, and you will probably need to use pusher or orange wood stick to push back those cured parts of the gel. So I recommend to do it consistently. Also check the bulbs, because some clients actually cure the gel, so the gel goes up to the lights, and once they're covered with something, especially with a dark color of gel, it will definitely prevent the product from fully curing. So make sure that the bulbs are clean as well. Usually it's not hard to clean them because you just need to slightly use orange wood stick or something like that and remove the excess color. Tip number 3, and the most important one: teach your clients on how to use lamp. That probably sounds weird and funny, but this is extremely important. When a client comes to me, the first question I ask, have you already done gel or gel polish? And then, regardless of their answer, whether it's yes or no, or yes, I've been doing it for all my life, still I give them instructions. And you probably heard that it's better once to see rather than to explain it a few times. So I just turn the lamp around or even go around the table at their place and show them that there are basically only 2 positions. First one is when your 4 fingers are like this in the lamp, they need to be straight. Not like this, not like this. Do not lean forward, do not lean backward, do not try to look how the color looks like in the lamp. Just straight and no moving, and a slight distance between each finger. You don't have to cure like each finger separately. Just hold them 4 at once. And position number 2 is the thumb. So when you cure the thumb, it's supposed to be there straight as well. And the best way to achieve it is to hold other 4 fingers under the table. So like this. And also it has to be straight. Not to the side, not to the other side, and do not cure the whole hand completely, because yes, these 4 fingers, they will be cured, but not the thumb, only the side of it will be fully cured. So I recommend to cure, let's say, 4 fingers and the thumb from another hand, and then the opposite, or simply cure them 4 and then the thumb, but do not cure them together like the whole hand, because it will reflect your work, especially when it comes to top coat. When it's not fully cured, it won't be as shiny. So teach your clients. Also, you can ask them to make sure that the lamp is actually on. But if you have like automatic sensors, that won't be a problem. But sometimes, we're too tired when it's our 5th client, it's late evening, and we're working, we just might miss the fact that our lamp is not on, and the client's like sitting there and nothing's happening. So make sure they know how to cure and take care of checking if the lamp is on. In my recent video about the lamps, I gave you some tips on power. So also there are another features which I think are pretty important when choosing the lamp. One of them is automatic motion sensor. It's a really great tool. That means once your client put the nails in the lamp, it automatically turns on. And it is really great because sometimes we forget, sometimes the client might not notice this, and our gel or gel polish will simply flow all over the sidewalls. So if your lamp have this feature, this is super great. Also, having a timer is a great tool. I think 30 and 60 seconds is more than enough, because usually I cure everything for 1 minute, sometimes it's 2 minutes, and 30 minutes I usually need it for base coat or for curing it before I pinch the gel nail. So 2 modes are usually enough. But also there's such feature which I recently discovered is a low heat mode. So I have this Mirror Pure lamp, I will leave the link down below, and I already testing it for like half a year, I think, and I'm really happy with it. So it have this low heat mode, which is 99 seconds, and it starts from just couple LED lights, and with 5 or 10 seconds it adds up the power until it completely go to the maximum power, which is 36 watts, and it works great. I thought that I will not really need it because usually I don't experience any heat spikes, but recently I had client with extremely damaged nails. They were so overfiled and sensitive. So without that heat mode, I cannot imagine what would we do, because clear gels, semi-translucent pink gels, they do heat, especially when the nail plates are thin, or some people might be just sensitive to the heat, and this mode just simply saves my life. So I definitely recommend it to you, whether you're a beginner or not. If you're working with hard gels, if you're doing only gel polishes, you might not need it, but for gel application, this is definitely a must-have feature. The last feature I think which is crucial is removable reflective base plate. So that means you can simply remove it and cure toes, like if you're doing pedicure, but what's most important, you can remove it and clean it really well, because if you will not remove it, it will be really hard to reach all that far corners. When it's removable, it gets so much easier to clean it, not only the bottom, but you can actually examine all the lights, all the bulbs, LEDs, whether they're dirty, and clean them as well. So these were my tips and tricks of using UV and LED lamps, and now let me show you my new 2 lamps. First one is Entity, and it is really great. It's relatively small, which I like. Sometimes it's really important to save the space. So it's a powerful 36 watt LED lamp. So here you can close it so the light will not bother clients' eyes. It has reflective removable bottom, which is also nice, and it has 5, 30 and 60 seconds timer. I also like this countdown screen. I think it's pretty nice when you can actually see how many seconds are left, and your clients also know how much time there is left, and it definitely helps you when you're curing gel and you just need to know when to pinch it. So I'm just starting to test it, but as it is a very powerful LED, it will definitely work for curing any kind of polygel, even the bright white colors, any kind of hard gels which are LED gels. So if you are a polygel person, you are doing many extensions, especially with cover or white color, this lamp would definitely work great. Another lamp is Rainbow 5, and the thing that I love about this lamp is definitely the color. I mean, check this out. It's hollow, but honestly, I don't like this sparkly type of hollow. But this, I mean, when it's, you know, solid, hollow, shifting color, but with no sparkles, honestly, I think it's ideal. So it has 30 and 60 seconds timer, which is definitely enough for me. So it has this 99 seconds slow heat mode, which is definitely great for thin, sensitive or overfiled nail plates. I just love this mode. And it has this removable reflective bottom as well. And actually here you cannot remove the whole bottom, but you can remove the reflective plate and clean it separately, which is actually good option as well. And also, again, about the color, my personal opinion is that silver is one of the best colors for LED lamp, because black, yes, it looks great, no doubt. I had a whole bunch of black lamps in my school, but once somebody touches it, you can immediately see these spots of sticky fingers. Once some dust goes on it, and the dust will definitely go on it once you file something, it will not look clean anymore. So what you need to do is constantly clean it to keep this beautiful black reflective shine. And on silver one, you cannot see any of those. The dust is not seen as good, and well, you can kind of see a fingerprints, but not as good. So this is not just beautiful, but one of the most practical colors. And by the way, regarding the color of entity lamp, I think that white is the second practical color, because you cannot see dust on it. It's relatively easy to clean it. But once some color or something spills on it, it will not look as clean anymore. But entity lamp, it's not just white, it's kind of pearl white, which is slightly shiny, and oh my god, I actually love it. I think it's gonna look great, and once again, it's not gonna look as dirty. I'm always looking for some practical things, because I want the lamp to look great, not only when I just bought it and unpacked it, but when it's constantly standing on my table, I'm filing, I'm doing applications and stuff like that. And a follow-up of the Mirror Pure lamp I showed you in my previous video. So this is definitely a great lamp. It does cure everything, and what I like about it, it's so small. That's why I take it with me everywhere, like on all of the trade shows. And also I used to borrow it sometimes, and I think somebody dropped it because one of the lights started blinking, which is not good. So be careful with your lamps, do not drop them. But overall, I am happy, especially with the low heat mode and with the power, with everything. It was my review of the new lamps. I cannot wait to continue testing them and tips and tricks on UV and LED lamps. So let me know, guys, what lamp are you currently using? If you already shared it in another video, I would love to hear your follow-up. Maybe you bought a new one and you found some new solution. So I would really like to hear your thoughts, what lamps is currently the most practical for you. And thank you so much for watching. If this is your first time on my channel, consider subscribing, as I post reviews just like this one, nail art tutorials, tips and tricks every week. Thank you, and see you in my next video. Goodbye.